Magandang araw! Ako si Patricia Tumulak ng Push to Read Project and welcome to my channel. Ngayong araw, ang babasahin natin ay si Filemon Mamon. Mahilig ako sa Mamon kayo. Mahilig ba kayo sa Mamon? Bakit kaya Mamon ang tawag kay Filemon? Alamin natin yan. Tara, samahan niyo ako magbasa. Filemon Mamon. Story by Christine Bellen and illustrated by Jason Moss. Charge! Filemon yelled. His makopa-collared cheeks grew even rounder. His flabby arms shook as he raised a tightly clenched fist. Filemon was practicing for an audition. How he loved acting on stage. Even when he was with other kids, he would either act as father when playing house or the bad guy in shooting games. Though he wanted to play the role of Kuya so badly, his playmates would always say, "Fat people look old, thin people look young." Though he longed to play the good guy, his friends would be quick to point out, "Bad guys are fat, good guys are thin." It was only during Christmas that he gets to be the star. Filemon was always Santa Claus in school. Everybody noticed how his red suit looks like it's about to burst. It seems like Santa's wearing a tight-fitting shirt. True enough, a deep breath and a wave of his hand sent 2 buttons flying. His round belly wiggled and jiggled as he walked, greeting everyone, "Merry Christmas!" All the moms and the daddies exclaimed, "He sure looks like a queso de bola." For a change, Filemon wanted to be Andres Bonifacio in a play, the fearless leader of Katipunan. "Charge!" he shouted, especially when he saw the table loaded with food. It was like fiesta. He sniffed the savory smell of the adobo and the lechong paksiw bathing in oil. He drooled over the green mangoes and bagoong. He went crazy over the desserts, drowning in heavy syrup. After eating, Filemon would flop himself down in front of the TV. His tatay and nanay would join him, bringing a bundle of snacks, popcorn, peanuts, cornic, chicharon, and a litter of soft drink. "This is just how growing kids should eat," his dad would proudly say, as Filemon gobbled up all the snacks around him. So Filemon didn't mind at all when people called him piggy, fatso, bola, bundat, biik, bilog, tabachoy, and Filemon Mamon. His tatay and nanay loved him anyway, and his classmates adored him. Whenever they saw him, they would say, "He's like a sponge cake that's soft and squishy. He's like a pillow that's warm and cuddly. He's like a big ball, strong and sturdy." On the day of the audition, Filemon was ready and confident. "Charge!" His voice thundered. His classmates cheered and applauded. "You'll surely get that part!" They were so excited for him. Filemon's heart swelled with delight at what he'd heard. His classmates were right. He did get the part. He was going to play Andres Bonifacio. Filemon gave the rehearsals his all, but it didn't take long for the star of the show to tire out. He couldn't even shout, "Charge!" with the same force and energy anymore. The director had no other choice, and he told Filemon, "There's a more suitable role for a chubby one like you." He was given the role of a fat friar, the bad guy in the play. "Kill the Indios!" Filemon gritted his teeth, especially when he saw the new Andres Bonifacio. He wasn't fat. He wasn't as soft as a sponge cake. He was nimble and he didn't lose his breath whenever he had to shout. Filemon charged straight home. "Do I need to get thin? Do I have to look skinny? I want to be Andres Bonifacio in the play." Each sob was like the sound of a cedula being torn into pieces. I don't want to look like a sponge cake anymore. Filemon stopped charging toward the dinner table. He didn't even wake up in the middle of the night to sip some condensed milk or munch on the sweets that his nanay sold in their little store. Worried about how strange Filemon was acting, his parents brought him to the doctor the next day. Filemon has lost his appetite. Is he going to get thin? Tears filled his nanay's eyes as she asked the doctor. His tatay was having a hard time breathing. Filemon thought his parents would make good actors in a play. Your son is fine, the doctor said, but he has to take care of himself because fat people are more prone to sicknesses like heart disease and diabetes. They're also tired easily. Filemon's parents looked at their own round figures. The doctor encouraged them to be good examples of good health for Filemon. They started watching less TV and preferred walking in the park every afternoon. They got interested in gardening as a hobby. Nanay started serving new dishes. Usually there were fish and vegetables. Fruits became their favorite snack. Filemon was more lively than before. Our Mamon seems to have shrunk, the director noticed. On the day of the play, Filemon still played the friar. He worked harder on his acting because he plans to try out for another play next year. He wishes to play Gregorio del Pilar, the young general.
Sana nagustuhan niyo ang kwento at sana may aral kayong napulot mula rito. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like, i-share at mag-subscribe na sa aking YouTube channel. Sa mga gusto naman mag-share o mag-donate ng mga libro, email niyo lang ako sa pushuriproject@gmail.com. Malaking tulong po iyon. Suportahan natin ang mga Filipino writers. Maraming salamat po.